every year, 7.6 million companion animals are sheltered, and half of those are euthanized, according to the ASPCA. That's 1 every 13 seconds, according to the Humane Society. Overpopulation of companion animals leads to overcrowded rescues in our community and strays in our streets. By preventing this issue, we can prevent the spread of disease, car accidents caused by strays, healthy lives ending prematurely, and ease our minds knowing that this issue can be fixed and we all can help. Lachey is a vet tech student and has experience with shelters and has seen the issues caused by the overpopulation of companion animals. And the research that we've all completed will help us to inform and persuade you on this issue. Overpopulation is an issue for communities like the FM area, and everyone can help to solve it. In preview, Carly will talk about why this is a problem. I'll talk about the issues that cause this problem, and then Lachey will talk about the solutions. So to begin, Carly will tell us about why overpopulation of companion animals is an issue.
Overpopulation of companion animals is a serious problem. As previously stated, about 7.6 million animals enter shelters every year, which is roughly about 3.9 million dogs and 3.4 million cats. Although it is important to get them off the streets where they suffer from hard, lonely lives, shelters are becoming overcrowded, leaving no choice but for those animals to be euthanized because they are there too long or because they need medical attention. Being in a kennel for too long has many negative effects on these animals because most of them are sadly left in shelters for too long. Many go insane from the loneliness of their confinement and lack of exercise. This only goes to prove that these animals most desperately need love and companionship. And a perfect example of needing love and companionship, this is Chad. He was a puppy that was abandoned by his family, and he also had a little playmate whose name was Clarice, but they were also abandoned with many other dogs. And in an effort to protect Clarice, Chad was bitten badly and it got infected. Luckily, a neighbor called animal control and got them to a shelter where Chad was treated for his infection, which healed pretty quickly. But his playmate Clarice was not so lucky. She had heartworms and didn't make it, which Chad was really sad about, and left him with kind of not. Anyways, so a year later, Chad was taken into foster care and was later adopted by that foster family. He's now working on his fear of men, and his adoptive family, however, couldn't be happier about their choice to adopt Chad. Alright, so now that we've discussed the problem of animal overpopulation in the shelters, Alex is going to tell you about the cause.
Alright, so talking about the causes, there are 3 that I'll cover. One is not enough loving homes, the second is backyard breeding, and then the third is not enough volunteers at shelters. So for the first cause, not enough loving homes, 64% of companion animals are abandoned within their first year of ownership, and every year 6.8 million are sheltered, and only half of those will be adopted. That's according to PETA. And then talking about backyard breeding, Melissa Reason, in her article, The Pet Overpopulation Crisis, talks about how backyard breeders know little of genetics and temperament when it comes to breeding. So dogs usually end up with health and behavioral issues. Backyard breeders are also typically not inclined to take care of the puppies for the duration of their life, so that causes there to be more strays. And then volunteers, there's not enough volunteers in shelters, which causes them to have less capacity for companion animals if they have less help of people to take care of them. And so then Lachey will talk about the solutions to this problem.
Well, thankfully our pet overpopulation problem is a problem that has many solutions to prevent more numbers of animals becoming homeless and from being euthanized. The first solution is volunteering. Depending on where you would volunteer, a volunteer would might do like an hour you might have to be the primary caregiver. For instance, if you decide to volunteer at our local shelter, Homeward Animal Shelter, they have employees that are caregivers to the animals. You're just there to walk the dogs or play with the cats, offering them a stress reliever and exercise. However, if you decide to volunteer at For Love of Dog Rescue, it's 100% based or run on volunteers. So when you go into the shift for volunteering, you're the caregiver. You have to feed and water the dogs, as well as clean the kennels and take them for walks and play with them, and you also have to try to train them. So volunteering is something shelters will always need. A second solution is fostering. Fostering is when you bring in an animal into your own home from a shelter to offer it a normal life while it waits to be adopted. Animals living in shelters, especially if it's overcrowded or if they've been there for an extended amount of time, they begin to lose their personality and their character changes, making it harder for them to be adopted. So fostering allows them to show their character, learn life at home, and be stress-free. The third solution is simply donating. Donation is something rescues and shelters desperately need to keep running and taking care of animals. The fourth solution is deciding to adopt an animal. It's another essential aspect of shelters because they want to keep helping more animals. And like I've said before, it's saving a life. Saving a life from overcrowded shelters, from neglect, and from euthanasia. It provides them with the love and care that they so desperately need and deserve from us. And it's beneficial to you. Pets get you up in the morning. They give you responsibility. They offer everlasting love and companionship. They relieve our everyday stresses and they comfort you. But remember that compared to buying from breeders, when you're adopting an animal, they typically come with, or they come vaccinated and spayed or neutered and tested and dewormed. With that being said, you need to be educated and well informed about the duties and the cost that comes with having an animal. It's a huge responsibility, and you also need to understand what kind of animal and what kind of breed best fits your lifestyle. Lastly, another solution is just spaying and neutering your pet, especially if you get an animal that is not already fixed. It prevents breeding, which prevents the increase of population, and it also has many other benefits to you and the animal, as I have told you before, from the ASPCA.org, better behavior and better health. Ultimately, animals depend on us to help them, and by doing even just one of these actions, you can find a way to do your part to decrease the overpopulation. And now Carly will conclude.
Overpopulation is an issue for communities like the Fargo-Moorhead area, and it is a problem that everyone can help solve, as we have proved. Now that you are aware of the problem of overpopulation of companion animals, the causes of it, and the solution to help fix it, it is up to you to make a difference and contribute to the solution. We hope you feel the desire to take action and do something about the animals that are on the street or in the shelters. So go make a donation, apply to foster or adopt, volunteer at a shelter or a rescue, and most of all, just get the word out about it. After all, in the time we presented this